Coming up on this week's Gadget Show Web TV, John's reviewing Amazon's latest e-reader. I check out some retro games at the R3play Games Expo and bring you this week's best tech news. Hello and welcome to this week's Web TV. Coming up later, I head over to Blackpool to check out some classic games. But first, John's been looking at Amazon's latest Kindle. With a new, sleeker design and double the storage, it looks set to be one of the most popular e-readers this Christmas. But how good is it really?
This is the new third generation Amazon Kindle, and they've improved it in all sorts of ways. The 6-inch screen now has better contrast, the text is a bit sharper, the page turns are a bit quicker so you get less of that blanking out between pages. It's a bit thinner, it's a bit lighter, and the internal memory has been boosted to 4 gigabytes, which is good apparently for up to 3,500 books. Most importantly though, they've reduced the price. It's now down to just £109 for the Wi-Fi only model and £149 for the one that also includes 3G WhisperNet to download your books. Now I prefer my Kindles with a cover, and Amazon will happily sell you one of those. I particularly liked this one, which was just under £50, which is leather and incorporates an LED light. With the cover on, it feels more like you're actually reading a book, although with this new smaller Kindle, cover on or off, I found I was more prone to press the page turning buttons by accident. The biggest change in Kindle ownership, though, isn't the hardware itself, it's the improvements in the Kindle store. When I first tested a Kindle about 10 or 11 months ago, I found I couldn't get any books, virtually none anyway, by some of my favourite authors, whereas now you can get nearly 500,000 books in the store, and those particular authors are pretty well represented. And the pricing is going in the right direction as well. I downloaded Stephen Fry's recent Chronicles for £6.30, which is considerably less than the print edition. However, I'm disgusted to report that the price of that electronic version has now gone up to £12.99, just as the prices of the print version are falling, which is ridiculous. At least out of copyright works are quite cheap. I notice you can get all of Thomas Hardy's 20 novels for just 69p. You can also get periodicals, but I don't think the periodical experience is quite as good as the book one. You can get editions of the Telegraph and Independent downloaded to your Kindle every day for a month for between £10 and £15, but you don't get all the articles you do in the print paper, and also you don't get any pictures. I think for the most part you'd be better off going to those periodicals websites, even if they are behind a paywall. Overall, it's quite hard to recommend one sort of e-reader over another because they've all got their strengths. If, for example, you read a lot of PDFs and you've got a lot of EPUB books, I think you'd still be better off with one of Sony's e-readers, which have also improved quite a bit recently. If you like reading material with a lot of graphic and picture content, you're probably better off sticking with an iPad, especially if you've got one already. But what I do like about the Kindle system is that all your books are really stored in the cloud, and you can download them onto all sorts of different devices, for example, computers, iPads, iPod Touches. They've all got Kindle applications. They even remember where you are in your book if you switch from one device to another. But I think that diversity, coupled with the improvements in the hardware, the reduction in cost, and the improvements in the availability of content, makes the Kindle, by some margin, the best e-reading experience so far.
Right, news time now, and first up, Toshiba has released its Folio 100 tablet PC this week, which is the latest Android-based tablet to take on Apple's iPad. Specs-wise, it has an NVIDIA Tegra 2, its screen is a 10.1-inch 1024x600 capacitive multi-touch display, and it runs on Android 2.2. It features a broad range of connectivity options as well. A support for Adobe Flash 10.1 apps can be downloaded onto the Folio 100 via the Toshiba Marketplace, with a few hundred apps already available. Toshiba's Music Place is also available. Powered by 7 Digital, it offers an easy-to-use client to get access to one of the widest catalogues of music. This you can download to the local 16GB hard drive or store in a personal cloud storage area. Toshiba claims that the battery life is around 7 hours. It's available now and prices are around £330. Next up, Skype 5.0 for the Mac has arrived in beta, with a popular communications tool aiming for a more Mac-like experience. The Skype app has been brought together in one window for ease of use, and the Mac address book has been integrated, making it possible for you to call, IM and SMS your contacts when they're online and offline. The new features for Skype 5.0 include a new call control bar, a search chat content option, offline IM and a floating contacts monitor. But the headline edition is group video calling, which could well prove a major reason to upgrade. Retro games are now more popular than ever, so when I got offered the chance to go to R3play, an expo that celebrates the old favourites as well as the latest titles, I jumped on the first train north to Blackpool to check it out. I'm here at R3play, the arcade and retro video games expo held in Blackpool. There's everything here from retro games titles such as Pac-Man and Donkey Kong to some of the latest titles on the PlayStation Move and Nintendo Wii. Now the doors have just opened and the crowd has surged in to get their hands on some retro gaming action. There's lots to see here, so let's crack on. Right, I've managed to corner Matt. He's the competition coordinator of the event R3play. Hiya Matt, how's it going today?
It's pretty great so far, yeah.
So for everyone who's not here today, tell us about R3play, what it's about and where you hope to go forward with it.
Right, okay, well it's about enjoying gaming from its earliest origins all the way to what we are now. From day one, we've got the Atari 2600 down there. Obviously over there you've got the PS3 and what have you.
Now you're the competitions coordinator here today. What competitions have we got going on?
We're going to be running a 64-person tournament on Warlords later. We've also got the guys playing Street Fighter 4 down there, the fighting games. We've got IK Plus, which is one of the older fighting games. The prize in that is to win the chance to play against the guy who actually created the game, who actually wrote the game. And loads of other stuff going on all day. For 2 days, it's just, non-stop enjoyment, really.
Now, you might notice there's already a sold sign on this Virtual Boy. And guess what? It's mine! I've just been enticed over to this dance corner. I've seen some people play expert level. I just had a quick go on easy, I didn't want to show them up. And I'm here with Colin, so tell us a little bit more about your stand.
Well, basically, we're known as DDR UK. We started off as a fan base website for the dancing game. Before you know it, we were sort of at these events. We've expanded from dance games into sort of other rhythm action games, arcade machines, bits and pieces like that.
I think you need to show us how it's done expert style, so away you go.
Fascinate audiences with your quick moves.
Look at the score on that! Love it. Well done, that was awesome! It's Ian Lee, everyone. Hello.
Wow, hey, that's a surprise. Nice to see you.
Hosting today.
Yes,
Do you like it here?
yes,
Have you played any games?
yes.
This is a great interview.
I played loads of games.
You're here all day today.
I'm here all day, and there's loads of games. I played on Space Panic, which is an old arcade game from, I believe, 1979. I'm showing my geek credentials. Although I am very geeky and I love my retro video games, I have been totally out-geeked, in a nice way, by some of the people here. I had a conversation with a young man about Amstrads.
Okay.
I literally had no idea what he was saying, but it's brilliant, and everyone's very, very nice and very lovely.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Right, my time here at R3play is coming to an end, but there's still loads happening behind me, and it's on tomorrow as well. Shame I'm not going to get to experience some of that, but for the meantime, I've got my Virtual Boy, so I'm going to head home and play it. Well, that's all we've got time for today, but I'll be back next week with more news and reviews. On the main show this week, John, Susie and Jason take matters into their own hands and create their very own Gadget Show episode using tech and gadgets they can find on the high street.
Say cheese.
It's definitely one not to miss, but from me here at Web TV, it's bye for now.